Excuse me. So, injury-wise, Evan Regan took a bit of a head injury, collision to the head injury on Sunday. He'll follow just the concussion protocols that are there, and but they expected to be available for selection. Killian O'Connor would have had a twist on his ankle just maybe 10 or 15 minutes to go in the game. Didn't feel like there was anything in it actually on Sunday, but woke up yesterday with just a little bit of pain, a little bit of swelling, but there's no concerns with him. The element there will be that he will be available for the game and should be able to train away the middle of next week. At the weekend with going into the middle of next week.
Alan Dillon.
And Alan Dillon, thanks, Colm. Alan just picked up a collision there just in front of the Dublin goal, just to the front of his foot. Alan just bruising, there's no structural damage, but we will. Alan's probably a little bit more of a concern. He'll be probably the middle of next week before we know. But he's the only one that could potentially be any doubt about. We might know at the weekend whether the pace of the recovery is better than what's gauged at the moment, but really we won't know until at least the weekend, moving into the early part of next week.
That's a foot injury, it's not a bone?
No. There's no. He's had X-ray and scan. There's no injury as such to the bone, just bruising, just down the lacer part of the foot. So, and again, it's not on his kicking foot. So it's really just a case of, can he move on it next week? That would be the concern. He had sort of signalled to come off just before he kicked the point, so thankfully he was able to manage through for that minute or two.
Did you think it was a fairly attritional game, like in terms of how bodies were afterwards and all that?
I think any of the sort of the bangs that happened were a little bit. I think the head injury is a bit freakish, and it happened to somebody that just came on, actually collision between two substitutes, and he collided with Dennis Pastic. So Killian's was just a twist. It was attritional from the point of view of there's physicality, and you're looking at two very athletic teams challenged by the conditions, which made what might typically be a pass that would just sit up on the grass. Now it became a 50-50 ball, or maybe it was just gone away, and you're committed to then having to go in and make a challenge, which was previously a pass, and probably guys took up a couple of more bangs than what might necessarily have been the case. But we're back training tomorrow night, so we'll get a better sense of where we're at as regards if there's more soreness or tiredness in the bodies at that stage.
Stephen, it's all about controlling the controls, but the last couple of days we've seen Martin Carney or David Davey claim that Jim McGuinness was in with yourselves. We said John Casey saying that you were waiting for Dublin to come out. You haven't been helped by your own, or you see it that way?
The Mayo guys that I'm looking to help, Mayo 33 guys that were available last Sunday. I don't know where the Jim McGuinness story came out of. I have huge regard for what Jim McGuinness did above in Donegal. I've never spoken to the man, and I've never met the man. So I don't know where that story came out of at all. I don't know what John witnessed before the game, but there certainly wasn't. There was no Mayo player. Now, unless one had gone out of the toilet or something like that. I was the guy who was standing on the door. They had their final huddle in the player group, and they went out. And totally coincidental, as I said after the game, that Dublin were hot 3-4 minutes after they were due to go out. And you know, I think maybe the latter couple of players from the Dublin team and the Mayo players got caught at home. I don't think there's any more than that.
You'd like them to check their facts in future, possibly. Considering they are, like, we're talking about three former players, 3 pundits as well.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, if you're in the media game, I think it's probably you know, it's up to whoever it is, I suppose, to maybe ensure that their facts are correct if they're going out there. But again, these guys are big enough to look after themselves, and they're certainly not a concern of mine. And I suppose why it would or would not become a concern of mine would be if it brought some lack of focus or a distraction to us, and it didn't. I think possibly in our performance, you know, that would be evident. So if somebody wants to say that, I know the Pope is training us next week, so be it. You know, it's not something that I'm going to lose any sleep about, and it certainly won't distract us from what the task is on Saturday week.
Nobody said to you to stay back in the dressing room because Dublin had indicated they would be coming out, that never materialised.
I don't know what the running order from time was, but we were probably maybe about a minute after what we're saying, you know, what we were due to come out with. I just know that, you know, the team, we were designated the Canal End dressing room, and we were due to come out at 2:58, and it was 2:59, 3 o'clock or something when we came out. And did we plan to go out at 3 o'clock even? No. I mean, you know, between one thing or another, somebody had something to say or something to do, and you get delayed 30 seconds, a minute, you know, but there was no Dublin are coming here, let's get out. Dublin aren't there, let's wait for them. There's a lot more to be dealing with and focused on, and Dublin bring a lot more challenges than to be looking at small points, whether we go out second or they go out first or whatever. But I know we got a direction to be second out on the field, and I don't know, with us being a minute or two late, why Dublin were maybe 4 or 5 minutes late. I mean, that's probably a question they'll answer.
Okay, lads, yeah,